Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for joining me today. In today's video I'm going to be doing some stash busting and also creating a few clean and simple, very quick cards. So I thought I'd bring you along and share the inspiration. I've been having a little rummage through my pre-fold card blank box and it's starting to look rather bare, which I'm very happy about. But while I was having a rummage, I found these, which, believe it or not, I have had since 2012. So it is high time these got used for something. Now, these are a bit of an odd shape. They actually measure 6 inches by 8 inches. And I don't actually have envelopes for them, so I'm going to have to do that separately, but that is absolutely fine. And I just liked the unusual edge on them, so I thought let's use a few of these up in today's video. Now, I don't know about you, but when I decide to do some stash busting, I often get overwhelmed by my own stash because I just have so much and I get in the mindset of I must use everything because I'm stash busting, and then nothing gets made and nothing gets done. So today I've had the idea of limiting myself to 2 die sets, 1 paper pad, and seeing how I go. I've also picked out a pack of embellishments. If I need extras along the way, I'll go and grab it. So if I want glitter card or mirror card, Nouveau drops, I don't know, anything like that, I'll go and grab it. But I thought by starting off with a base set, so to speak, I thought that might be a little bit easier. So I've picked out this 12 by 12 paper pad to use for the bulk of my cards. This is by Santoro. It's a gorgeous girls pad. A lot of people hauled this last year and I was actually sent it in happy mail. So I'm going to use this because I've used it a little bit, but I could do more. So I thought I'd use this for my cards today. I am also going to limit myself to this die set here. This is by Papercraft Society. It was the Bright Rosa set, which was box number 3. It's not sticking very well anymore. It's been used a fair bit, to be fair. And the reason I've chosen this one is because it's got some really nice elements on. So we have the nice squares, we have the banners and the flags, which are quite nice. And then we have the unusual hearts and stars. I just thought it was a good starting set. But because I'm using the Santoro set and there's some ovals in the designs in there, I've decided to also bring in this set here. This is by Creative. It's a set of 7 and it's the stitched and pierced edged nesting dies. I believe these are still available from Craft Stash. If not, there'll be something very similar. And I've also picked out these 3D stickers. I recently hauled these from Home Bargains. You may well have seen the haul video with these. And I really like the bright colours. I think they will complement the pad really nicely. And I thought for quick, easy to go sentiments, they would be perfect. So I'm going to be using those as well. Now, if you don't have all of these things, not to worry. You can definitely use whatever you do have. This is just like a base guide, I suppose. So let's make some cards. For my first card, I have my card blank. I've cut a piece of the DSP down to size, so this is literally just slightly smaller than the 8x6. I've also cut out 3 of the squares, and then I've cut out 1 of the toppers and cut the middle out of it, and then I've used some scraps from the pad and cut a slightly larger oval for her to sit on top of. So I may speed this up in places, but what I'm going to do is now start laying these down where I want them to go. I'm starting with my base layer of DSP, so I'm just partially pulling the backing papers off, positioning it where I want it to go, and then ripping those papers off so it sticks down. Then I move on to my topper and mount it on the oval I had pre-cut. Next I can move on to adhering my squares down. So I was putting these on an angle, they weren't going straight down, and then every time I put the next square on I was slightly overlapping the last square, and I think it looks really effective. I'm really pleased with how it looked. Once those are all down, I can move on to my topper, which I decided to pop up on foam pads, and then I grabbed my sentiment in, which again is slightly raised. I finished the card off with these gems from my stash. These have a slightly pink hue, and I think it just pulled the card together nicely and finished it off. So this is what the first card looks like when it's all finished, and let's move on to the second one. The next card is going to be a shaker card. So here I'm just laying out the pieces I've chosen to use and pre-prepped. That piece of acetate is actually a scrap of cut, and I was really happy that I was able to use that instead of starting a brand new piece of acetate. So again, I'm going to start with my base layer, just placing it down and ripping off the backing papers. This next square is my focal point to my shaker. So once that's down, I start going around the edges of my acetate with double-sided tape. I normally use red liner tape, but I found this one in my stash and decided to give it a go, and I was fairly happy with how it went, so I guess I'll be using that in the future. And then, no, I don't know why I did this. I'm not a fan of double-sided tape on shaker cards anymore. I found better ways to do them, but for whatever reason I grabbed out some double-sided thick tape on this and whacked it round to give it some height. Then I used the baby powder to try and remove the static from the acetate before making up my own sequin mix from sequins in my stash. I thought it came out so nicely. And then I just kept going in with the baby powder on a paintbrush until the sequins stopped jumping up. Once they stopped jumping, I started removing the backing papers there and stuck that all down. Once I had my sentiment down, I wasn't happy, it didn't feel finished, so I used some of the little banners from that kit I showed you at the beginning to die cut that banner. I was coming in with these kind of orangey pearls, and I had the idea to actually fill in the round circles on that banner, and I think it looked really effective actually, so I was really pleased I had done that. Then I grabbed some Nouveau drops because I still was not happy. I'm using Auburn Pearl and Pale Gold, and I literally went to town with these. I went into the sparkles around the oval, I went all over the card, and then I was fairly happy. So I was just bashing the back of the card as well because that helps to set them off. This is the last card, so I'm going to start with a piece of green cardstock. Then I cut this cut down. The pink I'd used previous, and as you can see it had a slightly jaggedy edge. I did some paper ripping, which I don't normally do, but I've started to enjoy it. And as you can see, I then had my main image, I put a frame around it, and then I brought in some die cuts. I also grabbed some stickers from my stash. I just felt like it needed something, so I started using some stickers from AliExpress, and those Nouveau drops are called Gold Dust, and again I went a little bit nuts with them. I went into the foiled areas, I went up the straight lines, you name it, I went there with them. I finished the card off using some glossy accents on the stars, and that's the final card, all done and dusted. So those are the 3 cards. Let me know in comments which one is your favourite. Is it the shaker? Is it the one with the stickers? Or is it the first one with the 4 laid squares? I'm really pleased with how these came out. They were really quick and simple to do. I always find that if you're not happy when you think you're finished, just keep adding, and eventually you will look at it and go, oh, it's done, which is kind of what I did on 2 out of the 3. Thank you so much for watching today. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a massive thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps my channel grow, and I really love making the videos and putting them out there for you all. I hope this has given you some inspiration on how to use this kit. If you have it, I know a lot of people hauled it last year and maybe held on to it. I will be back soon with more videos, so until next time, take care and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.